everyone, my name is Meg. I'm the Director of Community Education at ACT. We have free, safe, and confidential services for victims of sex trafficking, sexual violence, and domestic violence. And that's why we're here today. January is Human Trafficking Awareness Month, and we want to talk about the 3 different ways that a trafficker induces someone into trafficking. This is force, fraud, and coercion. Today I'm going to be talking about force. I'd like to give a quick content warning to let everyone know this is going to get a little explicit and violent. Force involves using physical harm, beatings, sexual assault, physical abuse, physical restraint, confinement, and isolation. The important element to think is that it's when fear is involved in what someone decides to do. If that trafficker is making them afraid of the consequences if they don't listen to that person and do what they say, then in that case you have a situation of where they're being forced into it. With human trafficking, we're looking at either someone who's forced into commercial sex acts or forced labor, and they're exploited in that way, where that trafficker is making the money and they're not. Force looks a variety of different ways. It can be chemical force. Someone is induced into substance abuse, substance misuse, different things like that, where they're under the influence and then forced to perform these commercial sex acts or stay involved in this situation where they're being abused and they're working without getting paid. It can also look like a more traditional sense that we may see on film or TV. Someone can be kidnapped. Someone can be, this is taken from a real story here in Southwest Florida. Someone was promised an opportunity to work here and live here, and it sounded really good and very legitimate. But then once she got here, she was beaten, she was assaulted, and she was kept and confined in a shed in that person's backyard, and she didn't even know where she was. She was luckily able to escape and get services. She never really was even sure where she was at. Force can also look like getting into a situation where someone offers you a great job, someone is helping you get a side job. This is another true story of a survivor here in Southwest Florida of someone who was working at a fast food restaurant. Her manager offered to help her get extra money on the side, brought her over to Miami, and unfortunately on the way there, someone sexually assaulted her and she was forced into that situation where she ended up being sex trafficked. So we want to let everyone know about these 3 different methods. Today we covered force. Stay tuned for fraud and coercion. Please help like and share these videos to spread awareness on human trafficking and how people can get help.